Hey there, and welcome back to Recap Mania. Today, I'm going to explain the movie Sharknado 2, which is an action-packed disaster film where a freak weather system spawns tornadoes filled with man-eating sharks, terrorizing New York City and its iconic landmarks. Let's begin. April and Finn are traveling to New York to visit Finn's family. During their flight, they experience a severe storm. Finn looks outside and sees a lightning bolt that forms a shadow resembling a shark in the clouds. He believes he's hallucinating, but when he looks again, he sees the animal clearly. Finn decides not to tell anyone, fearing that they would think he's crazy. Shortly after, the plane goes through immense turbulence. Finn opens the curtain to see what's happening outside and sees a shark hitting the plane's wing. Worried, he tries to warn the other passengers, but no one believes him since a flying shark is not a common occurrence. The flight attendant and an FBI agent on board ask everyone to calm down, assuring them it's just turbulence. Outside, thousands of uncontrolled sharks fly through the air as the plane approaches the airport. One of the sharks hits the aircraft's turbine, causing it to catch fire and lose altitude. The engine detaches and collides with the side of the plane, creating a hole through which people begin to be sucked out. Panic spreads rapidly among the passengers. The flight attendant asks the passengers to remain calm and stay in their seats until landing. However, a shark flies towards her and devours her head in a single bite. In the cockpit, numerous sharks collide with the windshield until one breaks the glass and grabs the co-pilot by the head. The commander tries to help, but both he and the co-pilot are ejected from the plane along with the shark. Seeing the empty cockpit and realizing everyone will die if no one takes action, Finn rushes to make an emergency landing. April and the FBI agent follow him. As April is almost reaching her husband, one of the plane's exits opens, forcing her to hold on to something to avoid being ejected. The agent sees a shark flying towards April and throws his gun to her so she can defend herself. April fires a few shots but is unable to kill the shark, which devours her hand along with the weapon. In the cockpit, Finn activates the landing gear and with great difficulty manages to make an emergency landing. After the chaos, Finn is interviewed on national television, where he talks about the shark storm. In the hospital, April undergoes surgery for her injuries while her husband anxiously waits. Their conversation is interrupted by a weather forecast warning of a massive storm carrying thousands of sharks. Finn, concerned for his sister Ellen's safety, tries to call her. Ellen is touring the Statue of Liberty with her daughter and misses the calls due to her phone being on silent. Ellen's friends inform her about the impending danger, and she calls Finn back. He instructs her to leave the statue immediately and head to Manhattan for safety. Ellen reveals that her husband Martin and their youngest son, Vaughn, are at a nearby stadium watching a baseball game. Finn rushes to help them, while Ellen spots hundreds of sharks in the water, an unusual sight for the area. The group boards a ferry to leave Liberty Island, but sharks start following them. Tragically, one of Ellen's friends is killed by a shark during the journey. Finn takes a taxi to the stadium, where he meets Martin and the rest of the group. Despite Finn's warnings, they choose to stay and watch the game. A tornado forms near the river, hurling sharks into the crowd and causing chaos. The group quickly escapes the stadium, grabbing items from a sports stand to defend themselves. They board a train, hoping the subway tunnel isn't flooded. Meanwhile, railway maintenance workers discover the tunnel is indeed flooded and encounter a deadly crocodile that kills one of them. The flooding releases sharks into the tunnel, putting the group in even more danger. At the next station, sharks invade and attack the waiting passengers. Finn directs everyone on the train to move to the front cars for safety. Amidst the chaos, they manage to save a police officer, but several others are lost to the sharks. Finn fights off a shark using a wooden piece and pulls the emergency stop on the train. Realizing the severity of the situation, the group decides to take action against the flying sharks. As the group escapes the train and reaches the surface, they take a taxi and plan weapons to use against the flying sharks. They head to Times Square, where they split up and to gather materials. Finn gets propane gas from a pizzeria, while Martin and Vaughn buy materials for explosives and a powerful toy gun. They also purchase a sword resembling one from The Witcher 3. Ellen and her group run towards the building to meet Finn. A man offers to help by housing them in his office, but he's crushed by the Statue of Liberty's head during the hurricane. City workers help the woman, but a shark attack leads to a desperate escape in a truck. Ellen drives onto the sidewalk, hitting a pole but saving their lives. They then grab bikes to reach the building faster. At the hospital, the staff moves patients to the basement due to the tornadoes. April escapes in a fire truck to find her husband. Meanwhile, rivers overflow, flooding the city center with the shark-infested waters. Finn's group is stranded in their taxi, so they use a rope to swing to the higher ground. The taxi driver is eaten by sharks, and Finn jumps over them to reach safety. The group reaches the building but waits for Ellen. Finn and Skye go to the top floor to set bombs, while Martin and Vaughn wait downstairs. Ellen and her daughter arrive after a shark crushes one of their friends. They reunite with Martin and Vaughn inside the building. On the top floor, Finn prepares bombs and Skye makes a slingshot from a rubber band. They launch explosives at the approaching tornadoes, but the damage is minimal. As they prepare more bombs, a shower of sharks begins. Skye uses the sword to slice through the sharks like a sushi chef. During the storm, a shark crashes into the building, creating a hole and flooding the lower floors. Martin, Ellen, and their children narrowly escape and head to the emergency stairs. On the top floor, Finn and Skye unsuccessfully launch bombs into the tornado. They create a larger bomb, but it only kills some sharks and sets the building on fire. The group is cornered by flames and sharks, but Finn uses a fire axe to break down a door, allowing them to escape. April arrives with a fire truck and takes the group to the Empire State Building, where two merged tornadoes are heading. A third tornado is also approaching, threatening to create the largest cyclone in history. Finn plans to use the building's Freon gas tanks to combat the tornadoes. The mayor gives Finn a chainsaw, which he uses to defend himself against a shark attack. Finn and Skye climb to the top of the Empire State Building to set up the Freon gas tanks. Skye connects cables while Finn tries to connect an electrical wire and a lightning rod. A shark interrupts Finn, but April saves him by killing the shark with a door in place of her hand. After everything is set up, Finn asks Skye to come down, but the cables in the tank room come loose, requiring her help again. Skye reconnects the cable, and Finn uses the chainsaw as an extension cord to reach the lightning rod. An explosion of ice occurs, freezing and dissipating the tornadoes. During the fall, Skye is devoured by sharks, while Finn is swallowed by one but manages to escape by cutting through its body. Finn tames a falling shark which gets impaled on the Empire State Building, allowing him to reach the terrace unharmed. Finn finds April on the terrace, and they face more falling sharks. Finn retrieves a gun from a dead shark's mouth and shoots the remaining sharks. After the last sharks fall, Finn takes a ring from April's severed hand and proposes to her, marking the end of the Sharknado catastrophe. So, with that, this movie recap episode has come to an end here. Let us know if you are intrigued to watch the movie after seeing our recap in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more movie recaps. Till then, goodbye.